What is poppin', yo? Welcome back to another YouTube video, and today we're taking a look at another indie animated project right here on YouTube. I absolutely love taking a look at these indie animated projects because they are so worth your time, they're so worth your effort, because they're so fucking good. They have small teams behind them that are working tirelessly to create these animations for you guys, and a good solid 90% of the time, they are better than the likes of Adult Swim, than the likes of Cartoon Network, and the likes of Netflix, and all of Hollywood out there. These animations, these TV shows, these cartoons, these animes, these indie ones are just unlike no other. Because they have no rules, they have no restrictions. They can do whatever they want, when they want, and they can tell their story however they want to tell their story, without a giant board of directors telling them otherwise. So, we've taken a look at quite a few on the channel already, like Helluva Boss, like Has-Been Hotel, Lackadaisy. We took a look at Spooky Month as well, but today we're taking a look at God's School, The Olympian Gods, and it is an animation, an adaptation of the Greek mythology. The series tells the myth of Eris, an outcast trying to find herself, and shows how the stories of the Olympian gods and goddesses will echo her own doubts and change their destiny. So, how this first pilot episode actually starts out, there is quite a few episodes of this already, but we're just taking a look at the pilot one for now because the pilot one is always sort of regarded as its own separate thing. So the pilot one is already setting up this school. It is 14 minutes long, and it's here on YouTube, so you can quite easily find it. Just search up God's School, and it'll be right there. So how the story actually starts is a lovely shot of Olympus, and we have a Pegasus crashing around, coming in pretty fucking quickly, pretty fucking hot, and disrupting the peace in this school. And obviously Eris is riding on it. Eris is the one that caused all this chaos, and she's pretty anxious to be back at this, another year at school. It doesn't tell me how many years she's been at this school. It doesn't tell you how long she's been at this school, if this is her second year or if this is her third year, but she said another year. So we've already established that there's been maybe 1 year at minimum that she's already been at this school. It also introduces us to a couple of other characters and straight away puts them into their roles, with Zeus and Poseidon and Hades being the jocks, being the cool kids, being the popular boys, ready to take pictures and get with all the girls, which in Greek mythology is completely accurate. Zeus is an absolute man whore, having babies with every single goddess going. I believe he has 8 children with 8 different women. He is genuinely on the prowl, on the hunt, and he's absolutely insane. And obviously it sets up the popular girls as well, and it sets up Eris as this outcast. However, in this second year of school, in this second year of this sort of god school, it is, they're deciding to bring a human up. However, in this god school, all the sort of older gods are quite young in this one. They're all pretty fucking young, I will say. They're all school level age, whereas Zeus should be quite older in Greek mythology compared to Aphrodite, because Aphrodite is Zeus's daughter, and there is some creative liberties here, but we like that. That is the good stuff from the sort of creative side of indie animation. But with this, we also have a couple of other stuff going on. We have the story of this weird Lynx thing. I don't know where that comes into it, but that is here as Eris's best friend, and she does share a dorm room with Medusa, and there is an opening ceremony to introduce the human to everyone, and that is pretty much where it ends, with Eris being in the spotlight of leading the human, leading this mortal all the way to the sort of ceremony stage, and not many people like that. So, that's quickly the story. It isn't a long story. Again, it is only 14 minutes as a pilot. It is one of the shorter ones, but it is still really good and really interesting because the art style, it is this French animator's art style. This is his complete story, his complete vision. However, it does have heavy hints of really old My Little Pony, sort of Polly Pocket, and Littlest Pet Shop animation styles, with the outline and the character design that is just where it's giving me the vibes. It's also giving me Care Bear vibes, and also really old Disney, because young Zeus looks like Hercules from the Disney adaptation of Hercules, which I think is really cool and a really nice little callback, because again, Zeus, his son, is Hercules, who he had with a mortal, I'm pretty sure. Again, my Greek mythology isn't up to date. I've been playing a lot of Fortnite's Chapter 5 Season 2, which is obviously about Greek mythology, so definitely go check that out whilst it's still around, because this ties in quite nicely. But the animation style is really beautiful. It's really pretty. Pretty. It's really pretty. I'm gonna be honest. I do like the My Little Pony art style, and I have watched a couple of My Little Pony movies in my lifetime. Whether it be with family members, or with it be my ex-girlfriend at the time, and yeah, we just it's a good show. It's got a pretty animation style. The story is pretty weak. I am going to be honest. It isn't the most interesting story that we've looked at within the animation. However, for a Greek mythology lover like myself, I can look past the weak story. It is very interesting. It gives me Descendants vibes, with a human coming in, someone else coming into the school to sort of change things up. And we have the sort of outcasts and the sort of lower ranking, socially ranked people sort of rising up to the top and getting hate from the popular ones because they're getting more popular than them and they want to have the limelight back. It does feel very Descendants like, and it does feel like a rom-com. I do feel like Eris and this guy, this human dude called Paris, I feel like these two are going to get together, and I feel like them two are going to have the love relationship, and we already see a couple of other relationships and a couple of the hints of like a rocky relationship or breakups coming in already with some of the characters. And with this pre-existing stuff, it's quite hard to sort of get into this show because it feels like you're missing an episode, or you're missing like a whole season of like character development and character intros. Like, I felt like I was missing stuff when Aphrodite had this sort of cringe or wincing reaction to one of the characters, until another character said, "Hey, you two still not talking." So it does imply a breakup there, and I do feel like we could have spoke about that a little bit more. But again, this is the pilot just getting us into this world and just easing us into the story. But I still can't help but think that I missed a little bit of it, when in actuality I didn't. It is not that good at world building either, I'm going to be completely honest, because obviously there isn't that much to go around. They spend all their time in like the Olympian just common area and sort of entrance hall. They don't really go many other places, which is a little bit of a shame. However, I will probably keep up with this series, and once I do watch the entire series, I will do another review here. This was just the pilot, so this, again, is supposed to be a nice intro to the series, and it kind of has got me hooked, because I do love Greek gods and Greek mythology, so I'm definitely going to be giving this a watch, especially with the rise and resurgence in it in media right now with the new Percy Jackson series and the new Fortnite season. But other than that, I hope you all enjoyed this YouTube video. I'll see you all next one. I hope you all have an excellent day, and I'm pretty sure this pilot deserves an 8 out of 10, because I will continue watching it. But other than that, bye bye.